Why India is buying more Russian oil. Where does India get its oil? Russia is searching for new markets for its oil exports as Western sanctions banned Russia to sell oil, and India has been taking benefit of reduced prices to ramp up imports from the nation. After the US and China, India is the world's third largest consumer of oil, over 80% of which is imported. In 2021, India purchased about 12 million, or 1.2 crore, barrels of oil from Russia, just 2% of its total imports. The Indian government tells even if it purchases more oil from Russia, it would still be a drop, literally a drop, in a huge bucket of its oil imports globally. Following its invasion of Ukraine, there are now fewer consumers for Russia's Ural crude oil, and its price has declined. While we don't know the actual price that India is spending, the Ural's discount to Brent crude, the global benchmark, in the last week has expanded to about $301 per barrel, says Matt Smith, an analyst at KPLER. These two types of crude normally sell at a similar price. But at one point in March, as the price of Urals proceeded to drop, the difference between them surpassed a record, he adds. So India and China are likely to buy at least some of this Russian crude at a significant discount, he says. What's the impact of financial sanctions? India's huge refining companies are facing a challenge trying to finance these discounted purchases because of sanctions on Russian banks. It's a problem facing trade in both ways. Financial analysts Bloomberg estimate that Indian exporters to Russia are currently expecting payments equal to about $500 million, 381.5 m. One of the options India is looking at is a transaction system based on regional currencies, where Indian exporters to Russia get paid in rubles instead of dollars or euros. Where else is India looking to buy oil? India's oil imports from the U.S. have gone up quite since February, according to analysts at Refinitiv. However, market analysts say this may not be sustainable in the future, as the U.S. wants to use its domestic oil production to replace supplies from Russia after it invades Ukraine. There are also suggestions that trade with Iran could begin again under a barter mechanism which Indian oil refiners could use to buy its oil. This agreement stopped 3 years ago when the U.S. reimposed sanctions on Iran, but this is unlikely to resume without a larger deal reached in international negotiations with Iran over its nuclear program.